Edouard Mendy, who won the Africa Cup of Nations title with Senegal last weekend, is preferred to Kepa in one of 4 changes made by Chelsea head coach Thomas Tuchel. And N'Golo Kanté and Callum Hudson-Odoi come into midfield, while Mason Mount starts on the right side of a 3-man attack. Romelu Lukaku got the only goal in the semi-final win over Al Hilal. Thomas Tuchel missed that match, but the head coach is now here in Abu Dhabi. Kepa, Marcos Alonso, Ziyech and Jorginho are the 4 who dropped to the bench. Captain Cesar Azpilicueta played in the 2012 Club World Cup final when Chelsea lost to Corinthians. Chris Beath from Australia is our referee. It's an all-Australian refereeing trio out there on the pitch. The VAR officials are led by the Italian Massimiliano Irati. It's the same Palmeiras team that began the semi-final victory over Al Ahly with goals from Rafael Veiga and Dudu. 10 of this side started the Copa Libertadores final win over Flamengo in late November. Palmeiras and the thousands of green-clad fans desperate to lift the FIFA Club World Cup. They finished 4th last year. Substitute Jailson did play in the 2017 final. That was for Gremio, who lost to Real Madrid. Captain Gustavo Gomez and Luan in central defence have the job of trying to keep Romelu Lukaku quiet. Palmeiras in their first final. Wasn't able to be here for the semi-final, Thomas Tuchel, after a positive COVID test, but all that has now cleared up. Chelsea get the FIFA Club World Cup final underway. Chelsea in blue tonight, up against Palmeiras side, who are in all white with green socks. It's the 3rd time the FIFA Club World Cup final's been played between teams from England and Brazil. All 3 finals have ended with a single goal victory. Brazil winning the trophy on 2 of those 3 occasions, England once. For both Chelsea and Palmeiras, it would be a first Club World Cup triumph if they emerge victorious tonight. Away by Rudiger. Picked on in midfield here by Veiga. Should be a very evenly matched, competitive fixture this. Here's Dudu. Worked out wide to Marcus Rocha. Rocha with the ball infield. It's away by Thiago Silva. The Brazilian playing against the team from Brazil. Kovacic, player of the match in the semi-final against Al Hilal. Christensen. Thiago Silva. Christensen. Now 37 years old, Thiago Silva, here he is. Played under Thomas Tuchel at Paris Saint-Germain. Havertz. Hudson-Odoi looking to turn that into the middle. Now picked up here by Chelsea. Azpilicueta trying to turn it into the middle. And in the end it comes off the Chelsea captain. Hudson-Odoi with the ball in here, and it caused a few problems. Piqueres with the initial header. Palmeiras fans will keep this chanting up for the entire 90 minutes. They were magnificent in the semi-final. Indeed, Gustavo Gomez said that the players from Palmeiras were absolutely shocked to see that many supporters inside the stadium when they emerged for the warm-up. Foul by Danilo, who is apparently interested in another English Premier League club, Arsenal. He's being linked with a move there. Silva. Rudiger. Hudson-Odoi. Always lost out here. Forward comes Vega. Able to shrug off the challenge of Hudson-Odoi. Got the first goal in the semi-final, Rafael Vega. Set up by Dudu, and then returned the favour for Dudu to score Palmeiras' second. Here's Gustavo Scarpa. Piqueras. Luan. Gomez. Rocha. Taken down by Vega. In towards Dudu. Couldn't quite get there. Chance perhaps for a shot here from Danilo. It's gone behind. First corner of the evening, and it's gone the way of Palmeiras. Set up quite nicely here for the strike on goal, but no problem for Mendy as it took the deflection wide. Gustavo Scarpa has gone across to the far side to take this corner for Palmeiras. Chelsea have brought everybody back into their own penalty area. A little bit of bumping and barging to be sorted out by the referee. End swinger then from Scarpa. Not the best of corners. Ronick trying to get on the end of it. Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has just taken his seat, probably about 8 metres away from where I'm sitting. He's got a burly security guard with him as well, as Perebutan. This trophy would complete the set for Chelsea in terms of club honours. And although sometimes the perception of this competition isn't as high as it could be in Europe, Thiago Silva in particular has been impressing upon his Chelsea teammates the importance of winning. Comes off Havertz. Oh, that ball stayed in play. Lukaku trying to bring it down. Azpilicueta just beaten to it by the defender, Scarpa, who was back out in defence, helping out. Thiago Silva. Havertz. Kovacic. Thiago Silva. Mason Mount. Chelsea throw. Azpilicueta looks for options. Tries to find Lukaku. Touch there from Kovacic. Rudiger is back. Silva. Christensen. Conte. Seemed to be eased off the ball there by the defender, Piqueras, but referee saw nothing wrong in it. Abel Ferreira, only the third non-South American coach to win the Copa Libertadores trophy, up against Thomas Tuchel, who won the UEFA Champions League just a few months after being appointed. Weverton. Piqueras. That is a foul by Christensen on Dudu. Vega. Danilo's just inside. Luan. This is Piqueras. Vegetables forward from the left back. Piqueras, the Uruguayan international. Silva. Rudiger. Christensen. Kovacic. Almost taken away from him by Danilo. Rudiger. Thiago Silva. Conte. Mount. Wasn't quite fit enough to start the semi-final. Mason Mount, the England international, but able to start tonight. A few days of training in the warm sunshine here in Abu Dhabi has done wonders. Long from Weverton, very long from Weverton. Look at the run into the middle made by Vega. Danilo also offering support. Well, in the end it might have been a shot that turned into a cross, but either way it wasn't what Palmeiras required. So it was turned across by Ronnie. Thousands of Palmeiras supporters thronged the streets of Sao Paulo to see their team off to the airport. Here come Chelsea. Mason Mount. Hudson-Odoi. Can he get the shot away? Hudson-Odoi charged down by Danilo. Forward by Ronnie. Marcus Rocha. No way past Conte. Very interesting listening to the views of the FIFA technical group who are out here, who include Alberto Zaccaroni and Steve McLaren, who were saying that Palmeiras have to try and match Chelsea in midfield. Chelsea with too much room against Al Hilal to run the game, and you can see how tight Palmeiras are staying to those Chelsea men in the middle of the pitch. Thiago Silva. Conte, a FIFA World Cup winner with France, back in Russia almost 4 years ago now. Rudiger. Silva. Azpilicueta's made a run across the front of the penalty area. Christensen. Mount. Mount fouled by Zé Rafael. Promising position this for Chelsea. Mason Mount will take this free kick then for the European champions. Lukaku, an obvious target. Rudiger has made his way to the far side of the penalty area. Forward by Mount. Marcus Rocha cleared away to Dudu. Now he ran forward from almost the halfway line to score his goal in the semi-final against Al Ahly, unable to repeat the feat there. Mendy with the clearance. Lukaku. Mount keeps that ball alive. Up against Piqueres. Christensen. Rudiger. Chelsea with 2/3 of the possession so far in the opening exchanges. Hudson-Odoi turns it in. Azpilicueta was arriving late there, the Chelsea captain. Azpilicueta, the only member of the playing staff at the 2012 FIFA Club World Cup final who is still on the playing staff at Chelsea. And he was saying the other day in his media conference how he thought another chance would come along fairly quickly to win this particular competition, but it hasn't done so until now. Lukaku. Oh, bundled out of the way by Piqueres. Chelsea free kick. Well, you can see the reaction there of Abel Ferreira. He's not happy at all with that decision. Mason Mount has just been for a word with Thomas Tuchel, which is the reason that he's only just coming forward to take this free kick. Chelsea attacking the goal, behind which the very, very vocal section of Palmeiras fans are housed. This will be a different style of free kick from Mount. The ball bending in. Lukaku, Havertz. Both waiting to try and get on the end of it. Mount, oh, he's gone for goal. That's not the best of options from the Chelsea midfielder. That's what his teammate thought of it. Away by Gomez. Bocah with the header. Has won the FIFA Club World Cup. Mateo Kovacic in his time with Real Madrid won it twice. Palmeiras get the decision. For the challenge on Ronnie. Gomez coming forward, Luan as well. Only the two fullbacks really are staying back for Palmeiras, Piqueres and Rocha. First real bit of pressure then on Edouard Mendy's goal. Gustavo Scarpa will take. Wasn't the best of corners that he delivered from that side early on in the match. What can he do here? Scarpa's delivery easily away. Gathered by Dudu. Teasing ball into the middle. And easily gathered in the end by Mendy. The FIFA goalkeeper of the year. Able to gather this with some comfort. Generally, it was thought that this final would be a very tight, closely contested affair. And the opening minutes have certainly lived up to that. Silva. Havertz couldn't find a way through to Mount. There's a problem here. Jose Rafael. Just a challenge, just caught there on the top of the boot. by Kai Havertz. Here's that chance just a moment ago. The header in towards goal from Ronnie. Pretty simple for Mendy. Hero of the penalty shootout against Egypt last weekend in the Africa Cup of Nations final. Edouard Mendy. Those two meet again, actually, next month in a playoff over 2 legs for a place at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar at the end of the year. Eventually everything's sorted out. See, Raphael can come back on and Chelsea can begin to try and build again. Silva. Towards Lukaku from Kovacic. Vega. Kovacic with the challenge. Came off the Palmeiras man last of all. Rafael Vega, who scored a very early goal in the 2-1 victory over Flamengo, make it into the corner. Chelsea are the Club World Cup champions. A dramatic final. It went to extra time and Chelsea won it in extra time with Kai Havertz's penalty. Chelsea 2, Palmeiras 1.